Kandy Land, another animatronic horror game just like all the others, a copy of Five Nights at Freddy's. Or is it?
Hello everybody, my name is Rinster, and I am here to make an odd video, but something I really wanted to make because I think there is something going on out there in the internet. I'm usually I never thought I would do one of these videos ever, but you know, I just wanted to, I felt like I should, maybe just to get the word out there, maybe strike some conversation amongst some people that do not like this upcoming game called Kandy Land. Now, I don't know everything. Please don't come into here thinking this is like someone who's done research, a lot of it to be exact, and see what everything's going on. I know a gist of what the game is, but I want to say something about the game. Now, if you don't know what Kandy Land is, I thought it was actually, when I first saw it, that it was a Five Nights at Freddy's continuance of like sister location with whatever the doll's name was called. I forgot her name, but that's what I thought it was at first, and then I was wrong. I looked into it really quickly, and I quickly knew it was a whole nother developer and all that fun stuff. And you know, but it looks just like Five Nights at Freddy's. I mean, it has the exact same feel of the security breach and all that stuff, which feel in the trailers. Don't not in the gameplay yet. The game's not even out yet. But it's a game I've been really excited to play whenever it came out. And then whenever I was excited to learn more about the game, I found threads and threads of YouTubers that were not liking the game. See, like, I mean, you have all these channels that are just apps like NFT scam, which we'll get into in a second, to all this stuff. But if you start going into it, is it really a scam? We're gonna go through the trailer, we're gonna go through all the little things we can find today, and we're gonna make this into a little short video just to strike conversation and thought. So first off, let's address the big one in the room. Is it a Five Nights at Freddy's like rip-off, you know, cheat, whatever you want to call it? And I'm gonna be honest, no. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's has the title of being able to say they made the animatronic horror, what do they call it, mascot horror genre, a thing, right? You can say you popularized it, like he made it up there in horror genres, especially for people like us that really enjoy this style of game. Now, Five Nights at Freddy's is something that is so far away from a lot of horror games, and it beats almost every horror game. Is not just the scariness of it and the funness of it and the playability of it, but the story. The story is so deeply entangled with each other that you can play the game and have fun, but you can also play the game and pay attention and understand things that someone else didn't understand, and unlock lore that someone else didn't unlock, and the game just keeps getting deeper, and there's so much of it that you feel like you can just keep going, you'll never find an end. And the story is so in-depth, it's amazing. It draws us all towards it. Same reason we're all really excited, I mean, at least I am, for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, for, you know, all that fun stuff. Like when Security Breach came out, I guarantee you all of us were super excited, especially a free roam Five Nights at Freddy's game. Like, when does that happen? That was insane. So this game coming out is just crazy. Now let's go, we're gonna watch the first trailer that came out 4 months ago, right? This is the early development trailer from Golden Lane Studio, and we're gonna get into that in a second. This is really loud for me. So I'm going to pause it right here, okay? First off, this game looks insane. Now, everyone can agree with that. This game, if this game comes out like this game is going to have some of the best visuals of any horror game we've played so far. And I truly mean that. And it's almost like, I mean, of course, this is all just like animation. This isn't the actual game. But if it looks like this with all the textures and everything and the motion, and he makes it where it's actually playable. That was the thing about Security Breach. It was kind of rough to play in the beginning. This will be insane. So first looks at it, if you came out with an unbiased thing, and let's say you didn't know anything about Five Nights at Freddy's, this looks awesome, right? It's a horror game. This is insane, all right? I mean, look at these hallways. All the colors pop. This animation is insane. The quality, insane. It does not feel like someone that just wanted to rip off Five Nights at Freddy's built this game, right? Like, here's the thing. If I wanted to rip off someone, right? If I wanted to copy off of you, let's say we're in school. Now, this is a little different, all right? Just take it with a grain of salt. We're in school, and then you just decide, hey, you have the homework, and I want to copy it off of you. And I go, hey, can I copy it? Like, yeah, don't copy it word for word. Like, it's gonna replicate the same backbone, right? Like order, usually. It just depends what it is. But also something that lacks in all of that is going to be my care, right? Like, I don't want to do it. The reason I'm stealing it off of you is because I didn't want to do it in the first place. But I need it for the success, right? So there's a lot of missing components of things that get ripped off. And this is also something I will say about Five Nights at Freddy's fan games. You can tell the ones that just wanted to make a quick look, like I made a Five Nights at Freddy's game, play it, get me some views. You know what I'm saying? And then there's ones that you can tell that they love Five Nights at Freddy's so much that they are willing to go build a game. They're going to put all their time and effort into it to tie it along something or make it in the same universe or whatever, however they want to do it. And there's so many, like Joy of Creation. That one was insane. I'd never played it, but watching it, like that game is awesome, right? Like they made it to where it's so good, and you play the game and you love it, right? Because it's so entangled, and the person making it or the persons making it love what they were doing and love the Five Nights at Freddy's like genre. And this character right here, so we're gonna go and do some more investigating on Golden Studio. Let's put this. Okay, so if you go to Golden Studio, you'll see all of this, right? Oh, don't need to see that right now. All of it is about Kandy Land. But also, look right here. Huggy Wuggy calling in the sewer. Five Nights at Freddy's, my only. So like all this stuff right here. He did not just make a channel for no reason. Whoever this is, the Golden Lane Studio. I don't know. His name's Roman in Golden Lane Studios. Okay, so Roman, if this is the only one working on it, this is insane. This is like movie quality, like AAA title game quality stuff. FNAF series episode 4, and he loves doing it. And he went all the way back to, I think his oldest video, it was insanely long, 10 years ago. All right. And I do know he made some like Silent Hill mods stuff on the Source engine and stuff on that nature, but he made all this stuff. Same with the animatronic interviews. I forgot who made those, but very similar of that kind of stuff. And he's good at it, and he loved it. So some people say he was losing views, which, okay. I mean, if this is what he wants to do full time, that's an issue. So he wanted to do something relevant, which was just, you know, maybe he wanted to make a game. Maybe that was his dream and he didn't know, and he was so inspired by Five Nights at Freddy's, he wanted to make his own universe in that section. And I want to say that, and then saying that, look at this. I don't want to just watch it, or I don't want to watch all these because, one, I want you guys to go watch it and see for yourself. But there's so much love into it, and he's made a good part, because in Five Nights, I don't know, it's just like the story may follow similarity of like animatronic goes bad. But for me, here's the thing. I love Five Nights at Freddy's so much that I was willing to play them all, you know, do all that fun stuff. I love that genre. I love Scott Coffin. He is a great person to be making these games, and I'm really excited for his movie because I feel like he does not cut corners. And I don't think this guy does either. And maybe it's the same reason why I'm a tiny YouTuber, right? But my inspiration comes from other people. I mean, some people get their inspiration from themselves, or they just really enjoy it. I love making content. I'm not good at it. I will never be good at it, but I get a lot of my ideas from watching other YouTubers. Am I stealing their ideas? I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not stealing their ideas. I watch their ideas. I say, that's cool. I would like to do that. Let me do it in my own way. I think that's what's going on here. Now, let's go to the what we did see in the very beginning, which is the very first thing about this being a NFT ripoff. I don't know anything about the NFTs. I'm not into NFTs. I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever they first came out, I think they're stupid. I think they can be useful, and here's what I mean by I think they can be useful. Now, something for this, I could care less about this, right? And if you don't know what NFTs is, there's pretty much take it as you can only own that item on the internet. That's what it is. It's on the blockchain, which is really cool, and all that fun stuff. You can go look up millions of videos to learn about that. So here is this guy that wanted to make something, and he wanted to make NFTs. Now, he said he's funding the game through the NFTs. Again, I'm not him. I don't know. And if there's some kind of tomfoolery going on around there, then there is, right? But here's the thing: is if he wanted, maybe he's inspired by NFTs and he wanted to make his own stuff. His NFTs are pretty cool looking. Again, I would never buy them. I don't care to own them. Why would I want to? But they're pretty cool looking. If he's being honest about them funding the game, good for it, right? And again, if I have any of this information wrong, don't just shun me. Take this all with a grain of salt. Go do your own research. This is just off my first thoughts of reading and seeing these videos, and it's like these games just immediately, like the FNAF ripoff that went too far by John Blocks. Beware of this FNAF NFT skin. Like, you have all of that weird stuff. So here's the question I have to ask. Why would he go into so much detail to make all this stuff? Maybe he really wanted to do that, but I don't believe it. I truly don't. There's just so much going. He has so much going for him here. And there's nothing like on his YouTube channels that is untrustworthy and all that weird stuff. What in the world is this? What did I just watch? So we're going to go into that. Now, secondly, as I said, FNAF popularized the, what do you want to call it? The, not animatronic, but the mascot horror genre, right? I mean, there's been some horror movies about that kind of, you know, but he definitely made it what it is today. Scott Cawthon, all of that is because of him, right? We would never have any of this if it wasn't for Five Nights at Freddy's. And because, here's the thing, money follows success, right? So whenever someone sees something very successful, they're gonna follow it. That's also something you have to understand, like Business 101, money will follow, or success follows, wait, gosh darn it, it's money follows success. That's correct. So for example, I just finished, now I didn't completely finish, but I just started playing a game called Happy's Humble Burger Farm or something like that. And it's also based off animatronic. Now they have a little spin on it, but everyone loves the game. It's in a whole different like play style, but everyone loves the game. Literally in the game, they call them animatronics. Like they call the mascots animatronics. Now again, it doesn't look anymore like, none of it looks like Five Nights at Freddy's or any of that stuff, but that's what it is. So all these, you got all these horror games that people love, and these fan-made games everyone loves, and it's like, okay, so it works, people love it, and it's awesome. And I think it's awesome because there's so much mystery into these stories like this Kandy Land. Now, also something that I heard that I'm not gonna spend that much time on because it kind of weirded me out is they think that Kandy, I think that's her name, right? Kandy Land, whatever the girl's name, is a thirst trap. Again, not gonna spend that much time. I don't really think that. I will say I saw some of his like you go to let's find it. If you go to their direct website or the Kandy Land, where's this channels? There they are. If you go to her thing, Susie Snack Time. Susie, that's her name. Susie. Okay, so if you go to like her things, it's like, I wouldn't say they're thirst traps. They're definitely clickbaity, but like Susie Skibby told it, can you make it to the end? Don't show your girlfriend the last part. Like, okay, sure, but if you watch them, they're not there. I mean, they're clickbaity. If you're gonna get mad at this guy for clickbaity or this company, whatever the heck they are, then we should be going after a lot more people. I mean, come on. Like, that's just me. I don't know. I'm not into clickbait. Like, I don't ever want to do that. I never want to leave someone astray. I mean, I don't mind making a popular thumbnail or something and kind of getting it popular that way, but as long as it's kind of amongst the same thing, whatever. Okay, so at the very end, it's kind of all scary stuff. There's nothing actually bad. I'm hoping y'all have understood that, but none of it's actually bad. But you can kind of see, like, that's where she's always watching. The last part breaks your... You see what I'm saying? Like, sure, don't blink or you'll miss it. Susie's Snack Time behind it. Like, sure, there you go. Like, all this exciting stuff. But it's not bad. The whole thirst trap thing, disagree. I disagree heavily. Like, and again, please don't say everyone's hating on this game. This game is not where everyone's hating on it. I think it is very good, and a lot of people are excited for it, including me. I'm one of its fans. But it's been getting a lot of backlash for, I feel like, no reason. I feel like this guy's put a lot of work in, and I think people don't want it to be successful. Because either they're a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's or they truly think, you know, whatever the reason is, there's just something wrong there, but it's just too much love put in this game. Cool, it doesn't function well. It's like making a machine, like making a car, and even the car that looks cool and it functions overall, every so often your radio won't turn on, or every so often, you know, something won't work, right? And even though the car functions, it hasn't really been awful, right? It may have like those things. It's like over the time, you're like, okay, well, this is what I was promised when I bought this car, but it's not doing that. And I'm getting a little annoyed, even though everyone loves the car. And even though everyone thinks it's cool. And even though, let's say it's still fast. Is it really like it's got some unpolished that just shines brighter than my love just for the car, right? And that's where I feel like a lot of people are seeing this too, is they're kind of skeptical that it might flop. But seeing these trailers and seeing the love that's being put into it, I think this will be insane. Now, again, please don't take this video as anything amazing, or like this video is something that I'm just bringing in to be like, hey, this is what's happening. Or sorry, this game's gonna be the best game ever made. They've done nothing wrong and all that stuff. I understand there's NFT stuff, and I know that bothered a lot of people with the Poppy Playtime. I don't even know what happened with the Poppy Playtime one, but I know it pissed a lot of people off. If y'all want to put it down in the comments, I don't care to keep drama in my head, especially when it's past. I think Poppy Playtime is an amazing game, but again, I've never dealt with the drama, so no idea what happened there. I know it pissed a lot of people off, and if it pisses a lot of people off, there's probably a reason for it. So I just would stay away from NFTs. And here's the thing. NFTs could be used for video games. They can be used for so many cool things. Because here's why. Now single player games, it's gonna be hard because there needs to be a market, right? For NFTs to succeed, there has to be a market, right? That's how they work, just like everything else in the world. Okay, so for example, like CS:GO, like any game that has items, any game that has skins. Okay, something that would be really cool. Now, I don't think they should do this for all, or if they do, they need, I don't know how you'd implement it, but let's just take CS:GO, for example. I'm a Valorant player. I don't do it that often, but I love Valorant. I think that game is awesome. I came from CS. I still love CS, but I know I know that's a giant war. I like both of them, but I play more Valorant than I do CS, and I find both of them to be awesome. But something that'd be so cool is, and the reason why a lot of people like those games is gameplay, looks, you know, that kind of fun stuff, competitiveness. That's the reason that drew me to both of them. But also the exclusivity of skins, right? So you get put in this part where it's like these skins look sick. Like you have this golden gun, and then over here you have this, like the spray on like ops and stuff, and you have all this exciting things going on, and that is something that is just new. But what if you made it more exclusive? What if you brought in the blockchain? And you started making these NFTs an actual item you can use, something that's physically not like physical, but like something you can actually use, obtain, play with, something you could do with. You know, it's not just a fucking picture on your phone. You'd be like, look what I own. Shoop, would be awesome. And that's all I had to say. That's it. All right. I'm gonna make this quite a short video, and something that I think everyone should look into, but something that also you should be thinking of if you're one of those skeptics about this game. And if you are skeptical about this game, please change my mind. I am an open-minded human being. I love conversation. Now, do not start like screaming and calling me dumb. I mean, you could, it wouldn't hurt my feelings, but just give me your reasons why you think that I am wrong on this, or give me more information that I don't know. Because I could be wrong and not have all the information. That could be a big thing. I'm just going off of what I basically searched. And whenever I was excited, instead of finding all these like excited communities, it was more of this like, hey, this game's gonna suck and here's why. Or hey, this is gonna be a flop and here's why. And it's just something I never wanted to see. And I was like, that sucks, because it looks like this game has so much love put into it. But that's it. All right, everyone, thank you for watching. If you agreed with this, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't seen any of my scary videos, I do a lot of games. I just started, but I think I have like 50 games up. They're rusty. I'm learning. Okay, I'm learning how to edit. I'm also learning how to commentary. It's a fun thing for me. I'm really enjoying making this content. But if you agreed with me, hit that that thumbs up button. Comment down below. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm right. Tell me what I don't know. And I will see all of you in my next video. Thank you, guys. Peace.